Yeah, I do believe we're live. So I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another day for us to be grateful for our familiars. That is today's stream topic, at least for me. I, in a way, can be seen as a familiar to you, right? In a way, you have become familiar with me. As I show up every single day, it becomes more and more assumed that there is going to be that for you. And I was thinking about that today, how so much of our insecurities, our hopes and dreams, our attachments to reality can be reduced, can be simplified down to what we are familiar with, right? And I think it's one of those things where every single time you familiarize yourself with a thing, an experience, a place, a skill, there is so much growth that comes from it, right? There's a lot of room for you in that way to explore. I have become very familiar with my own state of being, right? Because I usually only try, in so many words, to manage my own existence. I have become very familiar as to how to do that. However, within this familiarity, it can very easily be assumed that the best way for you to find yourself at peace within your own familiarity is to maintain it. In other words, to self isolate, to put yourself in a space where you only have to deal with what it is you're familiar with, right? And that's where the depth, if you will, comes from with today's conversation, is that I am grateful for the things that are familiar. However, there should be some room in me to find gratitude for the unfamiliar as well, right? For the things that I don't know. And there's a lot that I don't know, right? I unfortunately have a active imagination. Let's call it that. Very active imagination. So if I find myself lacking context, clarity with what exactly is happening, I find myself catastrophizing, imagining the worst sometimes. And it's not something that I'm proud of. And it's not something that I really am happy to advertise. But it is something that's true about me. It's something that I have become very familiar with, right? That sense of pain that arises when you are left having to ask questions, not knowing what it is that's going on. And it can be so in many different ways, right? Life at large is pretty complicated these days, and it's hard for us to familiarize ourselves with things because by the time we have, they probably had changed. I think about my friendships, for example. Thinking about Christian, talking about, let's see if Christian is going to answer his phone if I call him. Surely it hasn't been that long. There it is. Let's see if he answers me. Odds are he isn't. No rock. I don't think so. Call declined. Not surprised. I am familiar with that as an experience as well, of course. You know, and I think again, even though things are not the way that I want them to be, sorry, Holmes at work. I assumed as much. Missed the second message. We'll call a bit later tonight. My emojis are not here. I want to send him something, but I'm getting all flustered with what it is that I'm supposed to send. A smiley face. No, not that one. There we go. Yeah, familiar. Familiar. I used to play a game called Dota. Some of your friends might know, if you know me. I don't play it anymore, but there was a hero called Visage. And its ultimate was the ability to spawn things that are called familiars. Basically like little mini clones of itself that you could have macro over and do something about. What exactly is a familiar? I'm having a whole conversation / stream topic about this idea of gratitude for the familiar as it relates to life, right? The things that are familiar to you. But I'm curious as to what a familiar is in and of itself. Familiars, what are we discussing today? We're discussing the things that we have become grateful for as it relates to their familiarity to us. However, at the same time, we're also keeping open in our minds this room to consider that we can be grateful for the unfamiliar as well. In fact, we might even be extra grateful for it, right? And where are we all? Where are all the people? Here they are. There's you, Sam, and there's Chantel Swanapool saying hello to me as well. She's saying hello. I'm happy. I don't need any more people here. I talk to myself. I'm familiar. I'm familiar with that experience, Sam. I don't know if I'm always grateful to be familiar with that experience, but I'll get gooder and gooder and goodest at it as I keep going. There we go. Yo, ma'am. Love is true. Yeah. A familiar is one of those words that straddles two worlds. Oh, the literal. There we go. Hey, Mojo. It's nice seeing you. Sunshine friend. It's always love to you. How you doing? How you doing, Sam? Let me know too. How's little Seth doing too? My mom and I are just discussing how much we prefer our own company. I think that counts, yeah? Yes. Yes, it does count, Sam. That's actually how I started today's whole conversation. Because there was a willingness in me to admit that I am very familiar with myself and with my own state, right? And I'm so familiar with that I love my own company to the point that I might not love others. Say Shannon. Shannon. We had a Shannon friend here in the space at one point. Sends goodbye messages. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know if it's always good in that way, Sam, to become so familiar with your own energy that you only appreciate that. I want to keep some room in our hearts for the unfamiliar as well. Darren is here too. Howdy. Howdy, Darren. It's nice having you. Sending you bless. Konashi. Konashi, bless you. What kind of trolling is this? I don't know. Hello. It says Sing. Hey, Sing is here too. Nice. All right. And both lenses say something important about your theme, the literal and the mystic. What a familiar is in folklore. In traditional lore, a familiar is an animal or a spirit companion, bonded to a person, offering support, insight, or subtle influence. Hey, is that Kira Burp? Hey, Kerber. It's nice having you here, friend. I'm happy to be a familiar face. Hey, hey, I'm me and myself, and I'm here being me and myself for you to be familiar with me as I am familiar with you. You know what I mean? Not a pet, not a servant, more like an extension of your awareness. A being attuned to you so closely that it reflects aspect of your own psyche back at you. People imagined owls, cats, ravens, snakes, foxes. Creatures carrying symbolic traits that echo the inner life of their witch or practitioner. That's cool. Kira Burp sent me flowers. That's nice. I usually send you flowers. Thank you for sending me some. It's not that I appreciate my own company to that exclusion of everyone else. It's just that I strongly prefer it over everyone else. Yeah. Agreed. I get it. I do get it, Sam. It's easier to maintain a certain state of being, right? It's easier to maintain a familiar state of being when you're by yourself, right? And again, I have come to gratitude. I have come to appreciate that familiarity too. You got Jason Newton here too. Hey, Jason Newton. It's nice having you here, friend. Sam, I feel that very deeply. Hardcore even. Hope your week is going well. Love is true. Pretty Melty deserves flowers too. Aw, hero bird. That's nice. I actually made something today again with my flowers. You want to see? I'm gonna have to go and get it, but I'll go and get it for you, friends. Give me 1 second. Melt, your 1 second is done. Give me more than 1 second, okay? Be right back, yes. Yeah, just what I made today. Well, I started yesterday, but I got close to being finished. I'm finishing the side that matters. Part of me thinks the white sides could be a cool design element, all right? Will be white on the inside too, of course. But it doesn't look very clean in there, so I'm gonna probably stick some stickers there. But yeah, ooh, it's gorgeous. Aw, 1 infinite second. Thank you, Kira Burb. Stickers made for me by Zhao that I get to use in my application of it. Really has been fun. I am very obsessed with symmetry, as you might have noticed this about me. So I worked really hard to get it to look like this. It was no easy task, and it's not perfect technically, but it's good. I'll say. I'll say this is going to be a gift to someone unknown. We have a Secret Santa. Yeah, we have a Secret Santa happening for Christmas with my family this year, and I was asked to participate. And then they were like, "Oh, yeah, your gifts need to be at or above like $15 in value." And then I was like, "Well, there's not much of value you can buy for $15. However, There is literally more than $15 worth of stickers stuck to this thing. And everybody likes a little box, right? Also, Melt, I love that box and I want one. I can be commissioned, dear Sam. Maybe if me and Joe come and fetch our yoga mats, I'll bring you one. It is a cool box, right? It's a nice little box. Yeah. I like it so much that I wanted to, Sam. I like it so much that whoever gets this box, I'm going to probably approach them and ask them if they want to swap with whatever present that I get. I'm like, yeah, I got this gold chain necklace, made of 17 ounces of pure gold. You want to trade for that nice box? That nice box, I like that. That looks, we exchange art. Would you be into that? I'd love that, actually. That sounds perfect to me, Sam. Yeah. I'll just have to find you a box. I'm sure that Joe probably has nice boxes that she's hoarded as well. These are some of the nice boxes that I hoarded, that I literally went to my box hoard and I was like, which box is the nicest of you boxes that I can turn into something? And this is the nicest box. It has the magnetic little flappums. That's nice. Art exchange with Virad. It's so nice. Your friends. Box full of supernovae. You melt me. Please sell boxes. I had like a whole moment. It does take me exceedingly long, admittedly. All right. Like this is six-ish. 6 going on 7 hours of work. Right. Because I have to, I don't know if that part is clear. I'm cutting out those stickers by me hand. Right. Every edge you see was created painstakingly. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. Yes, you can. You see that divot in my thumb? That's where the pair of scissors keeps digging into my hand. As I keep going, it like creates this big old well, like groove inside of me, and I'm like, please stop going, go away, go away, go away. Oh, love is true. So yeah, I do want to sell them, Kira Burb. I do want to sell them. I do believe they are nice, right? And everybody likes a little box. Everybody likes a little box. Everybody puts little things in their little boxes, right? So why not have a little box that's pretty to look at? An absolute feast for the eyeballs. There's so much going on it as well. I tucked those in underneath. Yeah, I really am happy with it. Like, I'm super stoked. Super stoked with how it turned out. I think this might be one of my favorite boxes. Jo has, I gifted her my favorite box that I had. Also has like a little magnetic thingy, but it is small, relatively speaking. It's smaller than this one. Part of me wants to gift this one to her. She has a box as well, but it is executed differently. The way that I do it is a lot of effort, admittedly. However, you friends know me as it relates to efforting. What, do it the hard way? Yes, please. I can do it the hard way. Why not? Why not the hard way? There's so much other stuff for me to do, but I'd rather do this right now, I say. In that sense, a familiar is a mirror, a personalized guide, an aspect of you dressed up as something else. A familiarity. You know, Kira, and other people didn't suck so hard, I wouldn't feel this way. It seems like you might understand that. Thanks for helping my mind lean back towards the real me. Appreciate you always. Love is true. And I want one. I really do get that. I don't enjoy the suck of other people, but I do like the vibes of you and others who feel like we do. Art exchange. Hey, said, nice having you here too. Mojo getting blessed. Kira, I want to do the whole cackling bitches in the corner of the bar thing. We can absolutely make the cackle happen. Said Google says that means quiet. Are you trying to tell the person hosting the live stream to shut up? I would not recommend that course of action. Like, that would be the last way you'll get me to shut up. Technically, I've had people tell me to shut up, right? Like, only one person, I think, has told me to shut up. That was Popcho, freaking Popcho. And I instantly gave him a what for, right? I was like, oh, Bet, you want me quiet, do you? I'll give you quiet. And my quiet is deafening, right? Because I believe my mind is still loud. And I believe that all of us technically have access to that mind realm. However, we have been conditioned by society to use our words, and that allows us to create more clarity. And when I am silent, the amount of chaos that happens inside my mind causes others discomfort. He literally came and apologized. And I was like, yeah, Bet though. Bet I'll forgive you. I'm sorry that you told me to shut up too. I love boxes and storage and art and also mini boxes. Well done. Meltastic. Oh, sweet child. Isn't it wholesome? Yeah, Kira Burp. I would love to decorate the boxes you already have, right? With my flowers. That's the best alternative. The box that you already like can be beautiful. I'll help. If I disappear, it's because I'm being a functional human and talking to a new therapist. How about that? Well done, dear Kira Burp. Therapy. I've only been to therapy a few times in my life. I never got any benefit from it, in my personal opinion. Hey, Linda or Angelina, no, I will not be making you a mod today. Yep. Yep. That's all she wrote. Oh, yeah. What familiar means in ordinary language, though. We're talking about what familiar is. What's familiar to you? Strip away the mysticism and you land on a simpler definition. A familiar is that which has been known so long, so consistently, that it disappears into the background of your life. Hot damn! I started today's whole stream topic talking about how I have become a familiar to you in some ways. And that part of it hurts a little bit because it is true. It is a little bit true, right? That you can become so familiar with me that I end up disappearing into the background of your life. That is some womp womps. Oh, that is so real. Hmm. It's true. Your habits, your morning routine, the shape of your posture, the road you take without thinking, the way your own name sounds when someone calls you. The familiar is the unexamined architecture of your everyday existence. Unexamined. Interesting use of words, that is. Should I become better at examining my existence? Will my existence suddenly cease to be familiar to me if I were ceaselessly examining it? Just ran the coffee maker with no cup. Oh, That's kind of funny, Darren. I'm sorry, bro. I hope you caught it quick. I hope you caught it quick. I'm just imagining the absolute mess of coffee all over the countertop. And the sooner you caught it, the less mess there is to clean up. That is funny. That is not a very familiar experience, though, Darren. Look at you. Look at Darren. Everybody, hey, everybody. Everybody can look at Darren. I'm sorry, Darren. Darren broke out of the morning routine, out of the familiar. It's probably a habit, I'd say, to put a cup under the coffee machine. I'm pretty used to doing that when I drink coffee from coffee machine. But no, not Darren. He was like, what, Melt, familiar? I'll show you unfamiliar. Seth Rogen, yeah, that's me. Seth Rogen, famous Hollywood actor, millionaire. Yep. Now give me car loan, quick. Lucas Silva, quickly give me a car loan, quick. Before you wise up, quickly. There's two where the two definitions collide. Here's where it gets a little bit more interesting. These two meanings aren't separate. They're kind of the same idea. It's Seth Rogen. Snow Rogen, actually. Seth Jon Snow Rogen. Yeah, call me by my full name. Have some respect, Lucas. Have some respect, though. It's Seth Jon Snow Rogen. Rogan? Yeah, exactly. Where's the joint? I don't smoke joints. I have this little thingy. It does what a joint does, but better. In every imaginable sense. It's better for me as well at the same time. Just left my house without my coffee, and I had to turn around. Look at us! Look at us! Breaking from the familiar. Yeah, we don't do that every day, do you? Driving back to go and get our coffee. I usually find myself pretty PO'd. I wouldn't lie. When I forget something and I have to double back, right? I think about the time that I'm wasting and the potential fuel and just the hassle of going through the steps of opening the door. Maybe you locked it or something. But instead, with today's mindset, we see it as a break from the familiar. Yes, grateful even for the opportunity to break from the familiar. My coffee is just fine. Thanks for asking. I had some coffee today. I feel pretty caffeinated. Not excessively so. I had coffee about 3-ish hours ago. So I am in the last bit of it still coursing through my veins. I do like caffeine, admittedly. I'd also drive back home probably to go and get it. Oh no, Mojo, catch that caffeine, Sam. How the heck is your jet today? The world revolves around the coffee bean. I had some coffee from Colombia, actually. Sophisticated I am. My dad went to Colombia recently and he brought some coffee back and it is nice. I won't lie, it's pretty nice. I like it. It's good stuff. And it is wild to think, right, that guy from Africa studies engineering, becomes mining engineer, works in Africa, wrong time, gets opportunity to go to Colombia, only has so much room in his bag of things that there is to bring. And he brought something like 4 bags of coffee. Legit. Might be more than that even. Brought so much coffee. And he was like mildly, I won't use the word insecure, but maybe bashful? Yeah. Better, right? Kind of bashful about the fact that he bought so much coffee. And I go, no, bro. I didn't really say no, bro. I said something else, but I'm paraphrasing. I said, no, bro. Like, of all the stuff that you brought a bunch of candies and stuff as well. I'm like, all the stuff you brought, this is what I'm the most stoked about, the coffee. And it is wild to think that, right, all of the steps that coffee had to take to find itself here on a farm somewhere in Africa. I get to have the caffeine that was created molecularly all the way in Colombian dirt, literally plugging my adenosine receptors as we speak. Reducing the chance of my naturally produced adenosine as I keep burning adenosine triphosphate body to plug my brain's adenosine receptors and send the signal that I am tired. Me? Never. That Kona coffee is good, Sam. I don't think I know what Kona coffee is. I think I might miss some context. We got Sam saying, great man to the house, Joe today, I think. I use a French press. Oh, the coffee. Oh, how's your Joe today? I use a French press. Pre-pour my creamer. My sister does that too. And take everything to the living room so I can wake up and have it whenever I like, instead of waiting to not be burdened by a child. That is nice. It's interesting, a pattern, right? A familiar pattern that we like to take when we're making ourselves a coffee. And since we're talking, this is not technically food, all right? Technically. But it is familiar, the coffee making process. However, each of us make our coffee differently in the morning. Some of us drink instant coffee. Some of us have pre-ground beans in a bag. The ones I'm drinking right now is the pre-ground stuff. And it's still good, damn it, I tell myself. And then there are beans. I like doing it that way personally. I brought myself a little grinder, right? However, as it is right now, grinding my own beans or not, I put those ground beans in my little AeroPress. And that AeroPress, I do a little stir on, and then I leave it for about a minute, and then I apply pressure from the top until it squeezes all my coffee out. After which I'll add my creamer, and then I proceed to put it in the microwave. Controversial. For almost like a minute and a half. I'm not joking. It has to be scalding hot. Then I put it in a heat furnace that keeps the heat from escaping. And then I drink the stuff I have left out of the cup, still hot. That's pretty much my process every single day for drinking my coffee. The bean gives me anxiety, boo. Yeah, it does that too. Is this bean giving you anxiety? It did, Mojo. Then we annexed Hawaii during the Second World War to stage the Pacific Theater Forum. Now we have our own coffee. That Kona coffee is good, Sam. Love is true. I hope this dude starts to move. He thinks he's captured, so he pretends to die. He's like, I'm so dead right now. I'm so dead. Stop lying, oh. Hey, 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 he's pretending to be alive again. Are you trying to eat me? No. Good. Come on, dude. The move. Coffee, native culture. We can feel good from marching in and preserving even though we took their country from them. This is the American way. This is the human way, dear Sam. This is the human way. That's how human history has been for all of our human history, actually. It's never not been like that. I had an Algerian friend. You guys drink real coffee. We would be at Starbucks doing espresso shots. Oh, put him back. He's so damn confused. He is a little bit confused. Like he brings his head out, and then when I talk, he feels the vibrations and then he hides again. Taking very careful steps, he is. What an interesting looking beetle. Don't you think? These ones always fascinated me. These and the dung beetles I find fascinating too. Those little brown ones are a little bit less interesting. So curious. You see a little face there too? All right, dude. I'll put you down again. Wonder what the best way is going to be. Turn him upside down. Turning him upside down is not working. He's holding on tighter. No, you can go no free. He's holding on for dear life. He might be confused, but he's definitely stable. This is the human way. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. American exceptionalism says we're the first, only, and best country that does this. I mean, right now you are the best at it. Full admittance, right? Technically. Technically that's true as well. Is that Melina? Hey meow, I was thinking about you today. I heard someone talking about Croatia and I was like, huh. I have a Melita friend in Croatia. It's nice having you here. We got a little bug. We got a little bug. He's just doing bug bangs. I saw him on the ground walking up to me and I had to give him a little feature spot. Hey, hey. How you doing, friend? How's life treating you? How are things in Croatia? You doing your artsy things? I do trust. Dan is here too. Hey, Dan. I'm here while I knock out some pre-work chores. Bless. That's the best way to use this space, bro. That's the way I see it, where there are things to do in your day, every day, that if you did it with love in mind and you showed up for that love in mind every day, your life will get so much better, ultimately. And you getting to do, you doing your pre-work chores instead of just scrolling TikTok for the next hour, right? Doing some things while I'm here to share some information with you from my side. That is wholesome. This dude, like, he's like really on there. I would be concerned if I knew he wasn't a vegetarian. I would be concerned if I didn't know he was a vegetarian. Yes, that's grammars. Yes. Um, pre-workout chores. There's only pre-workout chore you should be having is getting baked. That's hilarious. Hey, Joja. Hey, Jovan. It's nice having you here with us. You've been missed. I'm working part-time in a mineral shop. It's really cute. That is awesome, Melita. You know, I had this whole fantasy in my mind even about working in a mineral shop. I think I'd like thrive. Having all them rocks around me, it would kind of be like mine. Kind of. That's the way I would see it. I hope you see it that way too, Melita. Where I have a bunch of rocks around my workstation, right? And I like them. I'll let you know, I like them. And being like in a mineral shop, that's like your workstation, your office. Your office has all of these rocks in it, right? Doesn't matter that you don't get to take them home because this is where I want them anyway, you say. And sometimes you have to give them away to someone that's happy about it, which is great. We love that. We love that too. Drip your flowery way, feel it. I will. I will, Dream Tooth. You can bet your ass. So very rainy here, also comfy. Nice. Been recording a lot of new music. I will release soon. That's awesome. Keep creating. This little Joja is like very persistent. It's like I have nowhere to be actually. Meltman. I'll actually move while vertical, Hoja says. Yes, scale. He's like holding on for dear life. He is embedding his small little hooks into my skin. Very handy. He is definitely gaining a lot more trust. He's like, okay, this thing is not going to hurt me. I can move. Gotta get it done. My cousin is visiting this weekend, and the week is stacked. That's cool, bro. It's nice of you to clean up the space with your cousin in mind as well. Ja. All right. Bug has been transferred to the grass. I'm not good at purging algorithm. Cute big bug. Cute bug. Cute name. Features. Feature spot. I mean, that thing has a bunch of spots on it, so I had to give it a spot for it to be featured. Yep. Yeah, that's how it works. Familiar, right? We were going down a rabbit hole of trying to collide these two ideas. One of which is the familiarity that comes with the background of your existence, is the way that it was articulated. One of them being the potential to have a familiar as a reflection, right? Like there can be an entity. If I had to have a familiar, it probably would be a Mushu. I would get myself a Mushu. But Melt, Mushu isn't real. Damn it. I can get whatever familiar I want. I want a freaking Mushu. I want small dragon. Give me small dragon, please. One small dragon. Yes. And then there is the familiar again, as we said, that is the background of your information, right? Things so normal to you that you cease to, what's the exact word that was used? Uh, so consistently that it disappears into the background of your life. Unexamined. There it is. What has remained unexamined to the point where it becomes familiar? And then the combination of those two worlds colliding is that both forms of familiar describe something that moves with you, influences you quietly, reflects something essential about you, and is so close that you almost forget it is there. In folklore, the familiar is a spirit animal that reveals your inner nature. In ordinary life, the familiar is the pattern of living that reveals your inner nature. You're surrounded by familiars all the time. Your tools, your rituals, your emotional defaults, your ways of seeing. They're not just things you know, they're the companions of your becoming. The people that come into the shop also don't seem random at all, each of them giving a unique energy message, getting to be in that space, right? I'm seeing it as like maybe this is a reductive way to see it, but like cards being pulled, but they're literal people, as you're saying, right? Mel, literally is like, whoa, this message is coming through, and then this message is coming through, and you showing up for that that space, giving your service is like you showing up for that deck every day. Wish granted. You now have one small dragon, Melt. Dragon obeys how to train your dragon, universe rules, and does not listen to anything. That's fine. I don't listen to anybody either. We cannot listen to people together. I would be one of the homies. Absolutely. One of the dragon homies. Estian. My freaking rechternaam. My good and true friend. It's good to hear your voice and see your face. Is that Broeve? From like the Arpan days. There's like only two groups of people that know my slave name, my dead name, technically. Right? That's my family and Arpan friends. And I feel like those Arpan friends are also the same friends who grew up in the era of media where we would like learn that people like hearing their own names. And then we would say each other's names to each other, you know. But it does make me feel some things. It's true. It's nice having you here, the real bro Eve. How you doing? How you doing? How's life been treating you, friend? Do let us know. I've been learning a lot. Things have been changing on my side, big old bunches. I've been working a lot with the spirit animal deck in the shop and then arranging the cards with the crystals. You ever do like card readings for clients? I don't know if they'll let you do a little side hustle like that or if they'd want to get in on the action, to say it in so many words. But I know people here in South Africa that do like tarot readings for people online on TikTok, and they're making good money doing that technically. There's a fine line from a really good early season episode of Stargate. They meet the Nox, a highly intelligent and advanced race, members of which live aesthetic lives free of technological complication. Shit goes down, and one says the very young do not always do as they are told. And I've remembered that always. Huh. Interesting line to fix on. The very young do not always do as they're told. It is a observation of our humanity as well. Will I start to do as I'm told as I get older, Sam? Ideally, and this is the way that I'm trying to apply my life, and I think most adults do, is they try to create a world for themselves where they don't have to be told what to do, right? They become skilled enough, independent enough, important enough to be the one that tells. Being told what to do. And it's not that I'm completely opposed to it, you know? I'm not completely opposed to being told what to do. I actually believe I am a good employee, right? If you value me and are willing to compensate me for my effort, I'm more than willing to do as I'm told, in so many words, right? I'll think for myself as well along the way, a little bit. All right. Maybe I'll get done what I was told, but I won't do it the way I was told. I can see myself doing that. What's your biggest weakness? The interviewer asks. Oh, I am so dedicated to solving a problem when I am given one that I am sometimes willing to solve that problem in unorthodox ways. Bless you. Life is beautiful, Meld. There is beauty in everything that surrounds us if you look in the right way. I'm glad you have caught you. It's been years. Apologies for using your dead name. It's okay. I hope it didn't stir up anything too negative. It's okay. It's okay, dear friend. My family calls me by that name too. Uh, it's one of those things. All right. It is one of those things. Is that Jeff? The real Brovie. I do remember that friend, right? He used to stream on the Arpan Fractal as well. I believe you edited some videos for me even back in the day, right? Let me know if I have all of my years meshing. Time does pass, and with it, my memories does. We had a conversation. I think it was 2 days. No, a little bit longer. 5 days ago, about digital remembrance. How, as I continue to do these live streams, right, and as time continues to pass 10, 20, 50, 100 years, more and more of my remembrance will become digital. And I was like, tripping out about that a little bit. Hey, Joe Bud, long time no see, friend. Now it feels now it feels like I almost have to say what's next, right, Joe? Has that energy to it. I'm coming to America, Jeff. I am coming to America real soon. I'm getting married. I'm getting married. And it's happening soon. Our tickets for my flight, has been booked. Spot on, Melt. I ran into those shorts. I edited it for you last week. How about that? The synchronicities. Interestingly enough, Jeff, now YouTube has a feature that automatically highlights a clip from your live stream that it auto puts in your gallery, but it makes it not public. So you have to hit the buttons to actually make it a public video. But it's wild how now we already have like some sort of AI implementation of a clip making thing. And I'm waiting for it to get good. I'm waiting for my streams to be better quality as well. I am having a little bit of a challenge when it comes to my devices and throughput. For now, man, glad life has been beautiful, friend. So nice to see you here. Whoa, congrats, that's amazing. Where in the States will you be? I'll be in Indiana. Indiana is where I'm going. I really do look forward to getting to experience that world for myself. Me and my fiance. And there's room for you to guess. It is very easy right now to guess if you tried. If you just absorbed all of the information available to you, you could guess who I was talking to last night about all of the places that I would like to go and see, with them too. I literally walked the streets with my Google Maps fractal. I really do enjoy it. Projecting my mind there already. I look forward to integrating into that world. It's going to be very unfamiliar. It's Tooth. He's marrying Hoopy. Me and Hoopy would make a power couple. Absolutely. Me and Hoopy would take over the world. You still hear Hoopy? I hope Hoopy is here to hear this. Darren, that's bro. You're laughing as well. Mm, mm, I'll give it some space. Part of me feels like there's a giddiness and guessing. My mom hates guessing games. She doesn't like it at all. Really doesn't like it. Part of me feels like it's just me almost like getting to revel in the contrast, getting to be in that space of the no, the familiar. What's familiar to me, I now suddenly know is not familiar to you. And that creates a informational dichotomy that I'll exploit. I will. I'll sit here in my knowingness, holding the information. Many of our other friends also get to be on the other side of that, right? So you get to be familiar with the information that I am withholding, and you get to be or irritated about me not sharing. You can share too, You got fingers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, familiar. I will be embracing a whole new world of familiarity. This is very unfamiliar to me, but I love it. Hmm, who could it be? Well, I think I have given you like enough time to think about it. It's Joe Bot. Oh, it's Joe Bot. The one other person you said hi to, I think, so far. Hey, Joe Bot. Yeah, long time no see, friend. How about that? It is awesome to me that all of the OG RFan friends have such fond memories of Joe. No way. Yeah, you see, like that. There's the other side of now. Suddenly, the information becomes familiar to you, and you feel suddenly. Wait a second. Whoa. Yeah, bro. RPAN. How about some RPAN? Bringing people together. Hmm. All the way to the point of marriage, even. Yeah, you get your mind blown. Have your mind below it. Okay, wow. I love that. Yeah, right? She's been here 2 times. They're cute together, man. Oh, see, that's awesome. Yeah, Sam has seen. Sam has seen. She's seen it. We really do have so much more time ahead of us now. The very first time that we were here, it was just me and Joe. So we did more, I feel like, deliberate streams together. And then the second time around, there were even more people in the space with us. And we did have to adjust our approach. All right. There was extra layers of consideration. Unfamiliarity. Yeah. Yeah. Stream topic. Nice. And it's gonna be cool to see how I find myself integrating into that familiarity that I'm grateful for. Right? Because that's what I do. I find myself in a new space and then I establish a routine around my routine, right? Because no matter where I exist on this earth, at least for this life, I will continue to do certain things every day. I've set out that intention to do so. Ooh, I see a big lizard on that tree back there. I try and show you, but this is not going to cut it. As this blowhead. It's called a blauwkop kogamander. Hey Google. Hey Google. I said, hey Google, show me a blauwkop kogamander. Its head exploded.
I cannot determine your local commander with.
It's trying to show me a local commander. No. Uh-uh. I said blow kop kogamander. Damn it. I can't even get it right. Yeah, that's exactly what that lizard looks like. Already gone. One of them guys. A big old blue-headed lizard. Some of them get really colorful, but that one was around that amount of color. Maybe this amount of color too. A blauwkop kogamander. Yeah, sorry for getting distracted. Something unfamiliar. Didn't think my heart could get more full right now. Yeah. Yeah, this is why it brings me happy to share this information. That's the happiest thing for me to hear. So I haven't seen it. I had better if I'm gonna be the one to sign up on this. Love is true. Congrats, y'all. That's so amazing. Thank you. Friend, thank you. It is going to be a journey of, as I was going down the rabbit hole of explaining, reestablishing a familiar interfacing with my reality. I have become very familiar with doing things the way I have. Five, 5 years, half a decade of me showing up every single day at 4 p.m. Right? It's been an hour and a bit now. Every day, 4 p.m. ish, I show up. And now it's going to be 10 a.m., right? When I go to Indiana. And that's going to be extremely unfamiliar. Very much so. And I am stoked about that, right? That's how we started today's stream topic, is that there is a gratitude that you can have for what is familiar. But in the same breath, there is gratitude to be had in the unfamiliar as well, right? And if you are so attached to the gratitude you feel in the familiar, you might end up losing out on all of the good the unfamiliar brings with it too. Bless your full heart here with us. It's nice to have you here too. Jeff, it's now time for me to show you something. Did you know, Jeff, that I became like a little bit of an artist? I mean, I was sure. Jeff is like, what? You've been artist this whole time. Stop it, though. Love it, love is true. I became more of an artist. I started making these kaleidoscopic flowers. And I spent some time today and yesterday decorating this as well. I want to show you this because it feels like I'm more of an artist, having something in physical reality. However, I'll now show you a digital one too. And then I'll read you a piece of poetry. A beautiful journey of making the unfamiliar familiar, the drop in the pond that disturbs, the seemingly calm surface that ripples out and changes everything. Yeah, and a still body of water can be beautiful, right? But how much more beautiful is seeing those ripples forming in a still body for the first time, right? Watching those ripples as they propagate, giving you something to look at. Awesome. No, you, Mohammed. No, you're awesome. I'm just a familiar, right? A reflection to what you are. There is nothing in me that you cannot see in yourself. Now I'll show you a flower of geometry 3. Is my favorite little piece of this flower's design. Yes, what's happening there? Interesting. This might be one of those things that causes you some discomfort. Interesting. What does that say? Is it unfamiliar? Yeah, it's supposed to be. You've never seen such things. Well, I'm not surprised. Your art is fantastic. Thanks. Thank you, bro. That's nice. That's nice. That's like such a big compliment. Fantastic. I'll take that. Let me give you some context, not hard dying. Trying to show it too. Give you some context on how I make them. Oh, I've cleared my gallery. I can do this though. Go to my recents. Yeah. So that's what I was wearing yesterday. Right? And then those are my colors. Purples and reds and whites and blues. Purples and reds and whites and blues. And then I turn myself into a flower every single day. And then I post them on the Patreon. It has been very rewarding getting to make these things. And Joe is the one who printed these for me. And then getting to take my art and then turn something physical, a 3-dimensional object, into like a holder of all of that stuff. It brings me great satisfaction. I would like to be even more familiar with this experience. Yes, making stuff. Wow, it's so trippy. Little buggy bugs. I wouldn't be surprised if it is buggy on your side as well. Don't know if I have the best signal. Still thinking about Kira Burr blessing us with a bunch of flowers too. So cute. It's beautiful, Zhao, isn't it? How dare they? Greta Thunberg. Like, I can't help but think about Greta Thunberg a little bit when I think, how dare they? So there's a little bit of Greta in here somewhere, I'm sure. That's a box. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's one that used to carry the light I used to have for this space. I don't know if some of you friends remember that at one point we had really good lighting on the streams as well. For one of my birthdays, I asked my dad, was it no one of my Christmases? I asked my dad if he could buy me a light. And it came in this little box. And it unfortunately found a new home in the meantime, but I still got the box. And now the box will become a gift and hopefully carry valuable things. Someone will have something valued around this size, and they'll put all of their valuable things inside. Well, it's so complex. Yeah. I feel like the top goes from like very much lid. Yes, this is a box. And then the back has how many layers is that? Like six different ones in this plane. And then this one. It is complex, but it is also duplicated, right? In the middle axis. Worked hard to get that symmetry as right as I could. It's not perfect, but it is definitely psychedelic. A used bar of soap? Taco, what's wrong? Dude. Oh, it hurts my heart. Oh, well, hoop de hoop. I won't be giving you any of my boxes, so that's for sure. You put a used bar of soap in this box, so it will self-destruct, though. It will just like spontaneously combust. Go super thermal. Nuclear detonate reality. At least that's how my heart will feel if I had to see that. I mean, that's a cute box for both of you. Thank you. It's not gonna be mine. So I hope it's cute for whoever gets it. Right. And I wasn't joking when I said if they don't like it, I'll literally trade them. I don't care what it is I get. I probably would want this more than anything can be bought. You can't buy. You can't buy that. They don't make them. Only I do. Ah, yes. Growing more familiar with ego. A little bit. A little bit at a time. Just a wee bit. All right. It's now time for me to read you a poem, okay? How dare they? Look around for a second at all the noise begging for your gaze. Every billboard, every buzz, every glow whispers the same tired script. You're not enough yet. Honestly, how dare they? As if your worth were some bargain bin prize waiting at the end of a never ending aisle. As if you weren't already carrying a whole universe of being inside your chest. But distraction is clever. It tap dances right in front of you, flashing shiny what ifs, convincing you that your wholeness is on back order and should arrive any minute now if you just keep chasing. Meanwhile, the truth sits calmly at the center of your life, arm crossed, one eyebrow raised, waiting for you to finally notice that you came complete. No missing parts, no downloadable expansion pack, no secret level to unlock. The world can try to tug your focus towards all the ways you could be better. But the punchline lands the same every time. You already have the thing you're busy searching for. And once you remember that, the noise falls flat, the distractions look small, and the whole circus loses its power. Because here's the simple, bizarre truth. They hope you never realize you are enough before anyone told you otherwise. What a poem. I am so happy to share it with you. You already you. You're already you. It's true. You're already the one thing you came here to be. Grow familiar and love yourself as much as you can. You really do deserve the best. Yellow Orb United. All of us collective yellow orb. You already have the thing you're searching for. Jeff, thank you for finding this space. All right. We already have what we're looking for. And it's interesting to think how much I've changed in this journey alongside you as well. Think yesterday or the day before yesterday, might have been the day before yesterday, we had a whole conversation about all of the different versions of ourselves that we've been. And we've been many different selves up until this point, right? Will be many more still. I have grown more familiar with who it is I am and what it is I need. Turns out much much less than you think you do, actually. You have a website. Do you sell your art? I do, Muhammad. Technically, I have two different ways of really engaging with my art. One is purely supportive, right? Where you essentially can support my Patreon. You go and search MeltMore on Google, just MeltMore, the way my YouTube name is set as well. You should get a bunch of hits. Amongst them should be my Patreon. If you don't see it, you can type Patreon as well, MeltMore Patreon. You should find it too. And then you can, for as little as $1 a month, $1.11 technically, you can see all of the work I make every single day. I have access to the poetry as well. There's, of course, more to donate if you want. And then if you want a certain level of ownership in my work, if you believe that my work has value and that it could grow in value too, I have a Zora profile. Zora is, how do you say, grinding my gears a little bit right now because I tried to upload some of my work today twice. I had to rewrite the poem again from memory as well. And I still don't know if it actually posted. I think it didn't. And I'm worried because I tried to post it again, that now posted my flower twice. I'm checking right now. I'm sorry. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't do that. But I posted it twice and it didn't upload once. However, it is a means to have certain ownership in my profile collectively and also in my work individually, if you like some of my work more than others. If you want HD files, right, that's also another avenue of support. Mojo, for instance, has supported me in that way, where he liked that one. He liked that work of art enough that he reached out to me directly and was like, hey, bro, I want that one. He gave me the name, the number name that is on my Patreon, so you can reference it. Like, I want that one. And then I found that file for him and I sent it to him for a price that was negotiated and agreed upon. And you can do that, I think my email should be available on my channel. Uh, if you own more than 1 million of my tokens, you can DM me on Zora if you're a Patreon supporter too. And then there's also my Discord. So there you go, Mohammed. Thank you for giving me a chance to plug my own work. If you are watching this in the future, go and support me right now. Call to action. This is my call for you to action. Besides material necessities like nourishment and shelter, we really already have everything we need within ourselves. Anything else is just a temporary want It's not mine, just my turn with it. It's hard for us to accept that fact. I find myself struggling a lot to accept that it's not mine, it's just my turn with it kind of fractal. Right? It's one of the most painful experiences to me in this life. However, I understand the impermanence of it all. All right. It's like understanding math but hating it. That's how I feel. I don't understand math as well as I should, full disclosure. Right? I guess I could have, but I never enjoyed it. I never enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, this sucks. Whoever thought this is a good idea? You I mean, again, all of the cool stuff we have around us is in part thanks to the math, right? And I acknowledge that. But I really don't like it. It's like understanding math. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Love is true, though. That's the part that we should keep reminding ourselves of. I've read you my poem. I've shown you my flower. It's time for me to say goodbye. It was nice to have you here with me today, getting to be here together, sharing this space. It really is a pleasure to be here with you, friends. See you again soon, okay? Tomorrow. We do one every day, so better become familiar. Get familiar with it, okay? I'll see you again. Cheers, friends. Love ya. Peace.